Well, good morning, listeners. This morning we are privileged to have here with us Mr. Shanawaz C. IAS, the Secretary of Urban Development and Municipal Affairs. He is here to talk about his experiences in the Ironman 70.3 India that he had recently participated. And without further ado, I would request Sir to give an introduction about himself once again.
Good morning, everyone. As she introduced, I am Shanawaz C. I am an IAS officer of 2012 batch working in Nagaland cadre. So this present designation of Secretary Urban Development and Municipal Affairs, I just joined 2 days back only. So before that, I was the Deputy Commissioner of Kohima district. So the whole preparation of Ironman and the event happened when I was there in that post. So the event was on October 8th of this year. Then after that, I am back to Nagaland. So this is it. And I'll be talking to you for further questions.
And sir, first of all, the first question that I would like to pose is, would you please mention something about Ironman 70.3 India? Because I'm sure a lot of us may not be very well versed in this area.
So Ironman is a triathlon competition. So it has 3 events. It has swimming, cycling and running. So this happens back to back without any break. So Ironman, actually there's a full Ironman which is 3.8 kilometers swimming followed by 180 kilometers of cycling, then followed by 42 kilometers of running. That is a full marathon. And Ironman 70.3 comes from the total number of miles. So it is like 1.9 kilometer of swimming, followed by 90 kilometer of cycling, and followed by 21.1 kilometer of running. So you have to finish all these 3 events with the transition in a maximum of 8.5 hours. So that is the criteria. So these Ironman competitions happen all over the world, different months and everything. All over the world it happens. And India, it happens usually in October or November. And the only destination in India is Goa. So Goa, this is the 3rd edition of Ironman. Before that, there was no Ironman competition happening in India. So the triathlon enthusiast who wants to participate in the Ironman competition, they used to go outside in some other countries. So India started and Goa is the 3rd edition. And it was held on October 8 of 2023. So this is it. This is the basic of it. And swimming part in Goa happens in an open sea. So from the beach, you have to go into the sea, swim, come back. A total of 1.9 kilometer. Then you take your cycle and you ride for 90 kilometer. Then you change your shoes into running shoes and run for 21.1 kilometer. So that was the schedule.
Okay, that's all at one stretch without a gap.
Without a gap.
And so, moving on about the registration process, how and when and where does it happen?
So all these registrations happen online. Like there is a website, Ironman website. Anyone can search in the Google. So this registration can happen online, and there will be registration prices, everything mentioned there. So once you register, then everything on your race day is taken care of. Of course, you have to carry your own cycle. There's a bike. Cycle you have to carry, or you have to rent a cycle from the race city or anywhere. So that is totally up to you. And the race gear and everything, like the triathlon suit or even the shoes and everything, you have to carry. But on the race day, all your refreshments and everything will be taken care by the organizers. And if you finish the race, you will be given a finisher medal also. So these things, everything will be taken care by the organizations.
And what are the required criteria for a person to be registered there?
Anyone and everyone can register for an Ironman competition. So you don't have a criteria as such. Of course, once you register, you register for an age group. So your age group will be determined based on your age of December 31st of the participating year. So the age groups will be of clubbed into 5 years in one group, like 20 to 24, 25 to 29, 30 to 34, 35 to 39. So there are certain age groups. Then you compete. Then if you finish and if your timing actually comes on top, if you qualify some slots in your age group, then you are eligible to participate in a world championship. So Ironman, as I mentioned, it happens in different countries and different parts throughout the year. And the top performers in the age groups, they'll qualify for the world championship, which is happening in different parts of the world. So this age groups of champions of this year, they will participate in the world championship, which is happening in New Zealand next December. So that is a world championship again. But other than that, there is no separate criteria. Anyone can participate. But it depends on your confidence and your preparation and training.
Okay, so since you have participated there, what are your experiences that you would like to share?
The experiences on the race days, of course, is very, very different. And it's the vibe is really different. You'll see athletes from different countries. Even in Goa, we had athletes from more than 50 countries. Total of 1,000 plus athletes.
Okay.
But if you're not prepared well, if you are not confident of your training, then it's going to be very, very difficult because it's a ultimate endurance test. So what I encourage is that people need to have a proper training plan and consistency before actually going into something like an Ironman.
Like every good things come with challenges. What are some of the challenges that you would like to mention?
So for me personally, the challenges were like, there are two set of challenges. One, considering my profession in Nagaland, it's a very busy profession, like especially when I was posted as a Deputy Commissioner of Kohima, you have a lot of official engagements and you have a lot of programs happening here and there. So taking out time during the daytime is like impossible. So you have to get up very early, like 4:35, then do your strength training and everything. Then you have to utilize the late evenings for your runnings and all. Then some weekends, early mornings, I used to go for my cycling in Kohima. Then, of course, swimming is also there. And swimming, you don't have much infrastructure in Kohima. So definitely you need to find some other alternative. So what I could find is that there is only one Olympic-sized swimming pool in Nagaland, that is in Assam Rifle Training Center in Shokhuvi, in Dimapur side. So I used to go down to that Shokhuvi Assam Rifle Training Center swimming pool to practice twice in a week, Tuesday after office in the evening, then Sunday afternoon also. So it was very challenging, like considering my profession. So that is one. Then other than that, training from a place like Kohima is again challenging. Like in many metro cities and other towns, you'll find people training as a club. They have triathlon clubs with proper coaches. So they will give you the training tips and they will monitor your training. They will give you a diet. They will monitor your nutrition and everything. Here too, you won't find such a coach. You won't find such a club. So whatever motivation you have to build on, that has to come from within yourselves. So that is again very, very challenging. And cycling in Kohima again is very, very difficult. So you can't cycle during a daytime peak traffic hours. You don't have a proper cycling lane also. So you need to find time where then there is no traffic, which is only early mornings in the weekend. So that is the time I used to do cycling. Then swimming, as I said, we'll have to go down to some other place to swim. Here you don't have much opportunities. Of course, there are some very small swimming pools, but that will not help you train for such an event. So these infra challenges and professional challenges are the challenges I had. But of course, I'm happy I could do it, and consistency was the key.
That's really nice to hear about it. And since you have been mentioning about the challenges, in spite of all these challenges, I believe that there is a motivation, or there is some factors that has motivated you. What would be that motivation that kept you going?
So as I said, the motivation has to come from within yourself. Like it's very easy to quit. It's very easy to give up. People won't say a thing, especially in a place like here. People don't know what Ironman also is.
Very true. Yes.
And people actually, it's very easy to quit. If you tell someone that, no, okay, no more training for it, people will not even mind. They will not know. But the factor is that you have decided on something. You are putting a lot of hard work. So it is your responsibility to see the end of it, to see that you are able to do it at the end of the day. So that motivation is a self-motivation. Like no one will come and motivate you for that. I think it's self-motivation. Once you start something, it could be Ironman, it could be anything in the world. But if you decide on something, if you want it all by your heart, then go for it. That's my message.
Okay. So since you have achieved this, would you like to convey your gratitude to any particular factor or any person that has kept you going?
So, of course, throughout this participation, my wife was with me. So, I first of all want to extend my gratitude to her. Like, she has been a constant support throughout. It's not easy for her also to support me. Like, I have to go here and there. I'll be out in office also. So, then my family members, even though remotely, they supported. My friends and colleagues here supported, especially the colleagues in district administration. My officers working with me, so they also supported a lot. So all these friends, colleagues, family, I want to extend the gratitude.
That's encouraging. And as we know, our youths are very laid back in so many areas. So can you please convey one particular note of inspiration for our Naga youths?
The thing I have observed in my last 10 plus years of service in Nagaland is, of course, we start with something very easily. But to keep it going is very, very difficult for Naga youth because the consistency factor is missing. You start with a venture, you start with a business, you start with some goal or determination. But after some days, you tend to lose that momentum. Then you come back to square one. So that should not happen. You are investing on something. It's not only the money is getting invested. You're investing actually on something for yourself, because the job and everything will keep happening. But other than that, there is a passion and there is life for yourself. And you invest, you decide on your dream, then work for it, be consistent. There will be a lot of setbacks even on the way. You might get injured, you might something, but it's good if you have that determination, if you have that courage, you can come back and you can go and participate. And first time is always going to be difficult. Even it was difficult for me. The first time you're stepping into the ocean to swim,
Very true.
then even after 5-10 minutes, then you start thinking yourself like, whether I should continue or I should just let it go. If I raise my hand, the lifeguards will come and save me. They will take me to their boat and the race is over, but I will not have to swim. Because the sea is so vast and lying in front of you and you just keep swimming. I'm just quoting an example. So it's just like that. So that mental toughness is very, very important. That particular time you have to tell yourself that I didn't come here to quit. I didn't do all this training to quit. So I just have to keep it going. I think that is a message. Be consistent. Don't be very impatient and don't expect success to happen within few days. It may take months. It may take years.
Okay, so moving on with the conversation. When you first decided to join in this competition, what were the comments from your friends and your family members?
So most of them didn't have an idea like what exactly is this, maybe the toughness of this. So I just started by running a little bit. I started with a running of 2 kilometers, then 3 kilometers. Slowly, I was just building on my stamina. Then started with a cycle, like a very basic model of cycle. I got one from Decathlon. Then I started cycling. Then I got a higher version of a cycle. Slowly, it was moving on. Then slowly, my family and friends also understood the gravity of this, like how it is going to happen. Then there were only positive comments. Like they were like, of course, you have to take care of your health. You have to take care. You are okay also. Then you go for the competition, but don't put too much pressure on yourself. Like if at any point of time you feel like just giving it up, it's fine. But anyway, you are tried because as I said, it's an endurance competition where you are continuously working out for 7-8 hours, and it's not easy. You have to take care of your nutrition also. You have to take care of your heart rate, and everything has to be monitored. So all those things, but they were very positive about it. Like I'm glad I could live up to their expectations and hopes.
And since you have ventured into this, what would be your future plans, whether to continue or to quit from here?
No, I won't quit. Of course, I'm not a professional triathlete or anything. I did it, but as far as possible, I want to continue doing something like this. Maybe competition somewhere else, or maybe some marathons I can participate. Maybe some cycling events I can participate. Maybe some swimming events I can participate. So I'll continue doing that, I think, because quitting, mainly I started this for my fitness and I just wanted to test my endurance level, how far I can go mentally and physically also. So since I could do it once, I'm confident I will be able to do it again.
So since you have said that you are planning to go further, what would be the strategies that you would like to trap in?
No, so strategies means like, of course, you continue with your workout regime. So, of course, I do badminton and gym also on a regular basis, even before the competition. Maybe I'll continue with the gym and all, because strength training is also very, very important. At the same time, endurance training and low heart rate training and everything is very, very important. So, maybe that's what. I'll just continue with this. Whenever possible, I'll do cycling, swimming and all those things. I'll keep myself fit for any competitions to come. And along with the job and my profession and all these engagements, I'll try to continue my fitness regime, because I think the healthy body is also very, very important.
Not only the listeners, but I myself is also very inspired by what you have been saying, because in spite of all your busy schedule, you are still able to manage this. And coming to the end of this conversation, what would be a message that you would like to convey to the general listeners?
Listeners, I just want to say only one thing. Of course, I also did this competition not to win or not to prove anything to others, but the only thing what you have to prove is something to yourself only. Maybe you can't do something like an Ironman. Maybe you are not physically confident to do it, but you may have some other dreams. You may have a dream of learning a musical instrument. You may have a dream of writing a book. Or anything. It could be anything, but I think you have to be very, very consistent and sincere in your efforts. If you actually want it by heart, then just pursue it. Maybe that's, as I said earlier, success will not come in a few days, but be very patient and be consistent in your hard work. I think over the course of time, you will see that bright light of success in the horizon, and keep practicing, keep doing that. I'm sure everyone has some metal inside. Only thing is that we are not able to recognize it. We keep missing it. So that metal you have to identify, and you have to work on your determination, because it's only one life, and I think let us live it to the fullest.
Once again, thank you so much for being here to be a part of this program, and we're still looking forward to have you more with your success stories.
Thank you very much.